Hi there, boys and girls, and welcome back to Conquering Math, where it all adds up. Today we will be going over the independent practice solutions to the equivalent ratios lesson. Remember that you can pause and rewind this video as necessary to help you solve the problems. Let's dive on in. Independent practice number 1. Use addition to complete the ratio table, then list each equivalent ratio that you found. Now is a good time to pause this video and work on this problem if you have not done so already. In this problem, we started with 7 trains to 6 planes. To move from 7 to 14 using addition, we need to add 7 to the left-hand side. In order to keep the ratio the same, we need to add 6 planes to the right-hand side. 6 plus 6 is 12, so our new ratio is 14 to 12. Now to move from 12 planes to 18 planes, we need to add 6 to the right side, which means in order to keep the ratio equivalent, we need to add 7 to the left side. 14 plus 7 is 21, so now we have a ratio of 21 to 18. The equivalent ratios are 7 to 6, 14 to 12, and 21 to 18. Independent practice number 2. Use multiplication to complete the ratio table, then list each equivalent ratio that you found. Now is a good time to pause this video and work on this problem if you have not done so already. We started this problem with a ratio of 8 hills to 3 rivers. In the second step we have 15 rivers, so we need to multiply the right-hand side by 5. In order to keep the ratio equivalent, we must then multiply the left-hand side by 5. 8 times 5 is 40. So our new ratio is 40 hills to 15 rivers. To move from 40 to 120 hills, we need to multiply by 3, which means we also need to multiply the other side by 3. 15 times 3 is 45, so our final ratio is 120 hills to 45 rivers. The equivalent ratios are 8 to 3, 40 to 15, and 120 to 45. Independent practice number 3. Jeremy is making lemonade. The directions tell him to add 4 scoops of lemonade mix to water to make 2 quarts of lemonade. How much lemonade mix will Jeremy use if he makes 11 quarts of lemonade? Create a ratio table to solve this problem. Now is a good time to pause this video to work on this problem if you have not done so already. We need to start by creating a ratio table. We have 4 scoops of mix to 2 quarts of lemonade. In the end, we will have 11 quarts of lemonade, but 2 is not a factor of 11. This means we need to start by dividing both sides by 2 so that we have 1 quart of lemonade. This will lead to 2 scoops of mix. Now, to raise ourselves up to 11 quarts of lemonade, we need to multiply both sides by 11. 2 times 11 is 22. So Jeremy will need to use 22 scoops of lemonade mix in order to make 11 quarts of lemonade. Independent practice problem number 4. Find 2 ratios that are equivalent to 10 to 13 without using a ratio table. Now is a good time to pause this video and work on this problem if you have not done so already. To solve this problem, we can use a method that is very similar to finding equivalent fractions. Remember that there are many answers depending upon the factors that we use to multiply. We will use this as a guide to solve this problem, but your answers might be slightly different. We will need to multiply or divide each number in the ratio by the same factor or divisor. 10 to 13 does not have a common factor, so we can't use division in this example. I chose to start by multiplying each number by 2. 10 times 2 is 20, and 13 times 2 is 26. So our first set of equivalent ratios is 10 to 13, which is equivalent to 20 to 26. Now we need to follow the same method, starting again with 10 to 13, and this time I chose to multiply by 9. 10 times 9 is 90, and 13 times 9 is 117. So 10 to 13 is equivalent to 90 to 117. Remember that your answers might be slightly different. As long as you followed the correct method, that is fine. Remember that you can pause and rewind this video as many times as necessary until you understand the process. Thanks for watching this episode of Conquering Math, where it all adds up. I'll see you next time.